everybody, welcome to Music Lounge, and today we're diving deep into the most epic guitar solos ever. We're talking about the riffs that gave you goosebumps, made you want to pick up a guitar, and maybe even shed a tear or two. Now these solos we're about to break down, they're the filet mignon of the guitar world. Let's get ready to rock. First up, we've got Eddie Van Halen's Eruption, a true game changer in the world of guitar solos. This wasn't just a solo, it was a sonic earthquake that shook the foundations of rock and roll. I mean, before Eddie, nobody was doing this kind of stuff on a guitar. What made Eruption so revolutionary was Eddie's revolutionary two-handed tapping technique. He wasn't just fretting notes, he was hammering on and pulling off strings with both hands, creating these incredibly fast and fluid runs that sounded like a guitar possessed. But it wasn't just about speed. Eddie had this incredible feel for melody. He could make those lightning-fast licks sing. He could go from blistering intensity to beautiful, almost lyrical phrases in the blink of an eye. Eruption wasn't just a display of technical wizardry. It was a testament to Eddie's creativity and his ability to push the boundaries of what a guitar could do. He took the instrument to a whole new level, inspiring countless guitarists to pick up their axes and try to emulate his sound. Now, a lot of people focus on the technical side of Eruption, and for good reason. It's mind-blowingly complex. But what truly makes this solo great is the raw emotion that Eddie pours into every note. You can hear the passion, the fire in his playing. It's like he's channeling some kind of primal energy through his guitar, and that's what makes it so captivating. It's not just about the notes, it's about the feeling behind them. Think about it. Eruption is just Eddie and his guitar, completely unleashed. There's no rhythm section, no vocals, just pure, unadulterated guitar fury. And in that space, Eddie creates a world of sound that's both exhilarating and terrifying. He takes you on this wild ride with his guitar, full of twists and turns, highs and lows, and by the end of it, you're left breathless, wondering what the hell just hit you. That's the power of Eruption. Next up, we've got a true rock anthem, Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. And of course, no discussion of epic guitar solos would be complete without mentioning Jimmy Page's masterpiece at the end. Now, what makes this solo so iconic is its incredible dynamics and use of space. It builds slowly, starting with these delicate, almost hesitant phrases, like a whisper in the wind. Page uses a combination of bends, vibrato, and volume swells to create this incredible sense of tension and release. As the solo progresses, it gradually gains intensity. The notes become more urgent, the bends more pronounced. Page starts to really dig into the strings, adding in some of his signature bluesy licks. You can hear the influence of his heroes like B.B. King and Muddy Waters shining through. And then, just when you think it can't get any bigger, the solo explodes into this glorious, full-blown rock and roll climax. Page unleashes a torrent of notes, bending them to the breaking point, wringing every ounce of emotion out of his guitar. Now, one of the things that makes Page's playing on Stairway to Heaven so unique is his innovative use of the guitar's tone and effects. He wasn't afraid to experiment and push the boundaries of what was considered acceptable guitar tone at the time. Listen closely, and you'll hear him using a combination of guitar pedals and studio techniques to create a wide range of sounds. He uses a wah-wah pedal to add a vocal-like quality to his playing, a fuzz pedal to create a thick, distorted tone, and even a violin bow to produce eerie, otherworldly sounds. But it's not just about the effects. It's about how Page uses them to enhance the emotional impact of the solo. He doesn't just stomp on a pedal for the sake of it. He uses each effect deliberately and tastefully to create a specific mood or atmosphere. And that's the mark of a true guitar hero. Someone who can use their instrument to tell a story, to evoke emotions, to transport the listener to another world. And Jimmy Page's solo in Stairway to Heaven does all of that and more. All right, we're moving on to Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. And let me tell you, this solo is iconic. It's not about shredding or showing off technical skills, it's about pure emotion and atmosphere. Gilmour's bends are legendary, and in this solo, they just rip through you. Now, This solo was actually created by layering several guitar tracks. Gilmour was known for experimenting in the studio, and you can hear how those layers create this massive swirling soundscape. It's like the music itself is trying to break free from the confines of the speakers. And let's talk about the tone for a second. That warm, smooth, slightly overdriven sound is just pure Gilmour. He gets that singing quality in his leads, and it just draws you in. You can't help but get lost in the moment. Comfortably Numb is a masterpiece of songwriting and musicianship. It's a perfect example of how a guitar solo can be so much more than just notes. It's about creating an experience, and Gilmour nails it on this track. This solo is interesting from a historical perspective because it was recorded during a very turbulent time for Pink Floyd. The band was under a lot of pressure and there was a lot of internal conflict, and you can hear all of that tension and emotion pouring out in Gilmour's playing. The story goes that they actually recorded the basic tracks for Comfortably Numb without the solo. Gilmour then went back and experimented with different ideas, layering multiple guitar parts to create this incredible soundscape. And the way Gilmour uses dynamics in this solo is masterful. He starts off soft and subdued, then builds to those soaring emotional peaks. It's like he's taking you on a journey, and by the end, you're completely spent. Comfortably Numb is a perfect example of how a guitar solo can transcend technique and become a work of art. It's a timeless classic that continues to inspire and amaze guitarists and music lovers around the world. Now, we're diving into All Along the Watchtower, and I'm telling you, Jimi Hendrix took Bob Dylan's folk song and turned it into a psychedelic rock anthem. Hendrix's playing on this track is absolutely revolutionary. He's using the studio as an instrument, experimenting with effects pedals and feedback to create these otherworldly sounds that nobody had ever heard before. His use of the wah-wah pedal in particular is just mind-blowing, and the way he blends blues, rock, and even a touch of Eastern influences is just incredible. He's always pushing the boundaries of what's possible on the guitar, and this solo is a prime example of that. You can hear the raw energy and emotion in every note he plays. It's like he's channeling some kind of higher power through his guitar. Hendrix was a true innovator, and All Along the Watchtower is a testament to his genius. This solo isn't about speed or technical flash. It's about feel, phrasing, and creating a mood. Hendrix understands that less is often more, and he uses space and silence to create tension and release throughout the solo. He's bending notes, using vibrato, and manipulating the whammy bar to create this vocal quality in his playing. It's almost like he's singing through his guitar. You know, Hendrix was a master of feedback, and he uses it to great effect in this solo. He's controlling the feedback, shaping it with the tone and volume knobs, and using it as a musical tool to create these incredible textures. All Along the Watchtower is a masterpiece of psychedelic rock. It's a song that continues to inspire and influence generations of musicians, and it's a testament to the enduring power of Jimi Hendrix's music. All right, let's talk about Hotel California by the Eagles. This song is a true classic, and the guitar work by Don Felder and Joe Walsh is absolutely legendary. It's one of those solos that just about every guitar player learns when they're starting out. The way the two guitar parts intertwine and play off of each other is just magical. You've got Felder's melodic lyrical lines, and then Walsh comes in with his bluesy, fiery licks. It's the perfect blend of styles, and the tone is just beautiful. It's clean, crisp, and slightly compressed with just a hint of reverb. It's the perfect sound for that laid-back California vibe. This solo is a great example of how to build tension and release. It starts off slow and mellow, then gradually builds to that epic climax. By the end, you feel like you've been on a journey. Hotel California was a massive hit for the Eagles, and it helped to cement their status as one of the biggest bands in the world. The song has been covered countless times by other artists, and it's been featured in numerous movies and TV shows. The guitar solo, in particular, has had a huge impact on popular music. It's been cited as an influence by countless guitarists, and it's been imitated and parodied countless times. But what makes this solo so special is that it's more than just a collection of notes. It's a story, an emotion, a feeling. It captures the spirit of the song perfectly, and it's one of the reasons why Hotel California is such a timeless classic. Hotel California is a testament to the power of a great guitar solo. It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest ideas are the most effective. All right, we're moving on to Freebird by Lynyrd. Extended triple guitar solo section. Alan Collins and Gary Rossington trade licks, building an incredible wall of sound. Southern rock feeling, bluesy bends, pentatonic scale. They push each other higher and higher. It's about phrasing, dynamics, knowing when to lay back and when to explode. And these guys, they just nail it. It's like a conversation between two masters. Freebird transports you. Close your eyes and you're right there in the audience. One of the things I love about this solo is the way it builds. It starts off slow, almost hesitant, like they're just warming up. But then it gradually builds in intensity, adding layer upon layer of guitar until it reaches this incredible crescendo. It's like a runaway train, you can't stop it, you can only hold on for dear life. And the way they use dynamics is masterful. They'll go from these whisper quiet passages to these explosive bursts of energy, and it just keeps you on the edge of your seat. You never know what's coming next, but you know it's going to be good. And the call and response between the guitars, it's like they're having a conversation, bouncing ideas off of each other. One guitarist will play a phrase, and then the other one will answer back with something even more blistering. It's just incredible to listen to. Honestly, this solo is a masterclass in building tension and release. It's no wonder it's considered one of the greatest guitar solos of all time. Now, let's talk about Bohemian Rhapsody. It's a masterpiece, no doubt about it. And while it's not a straight-up guitar solo in the traditional sense, that Brian May guitar solo section after the opera part, pure genius. It's like a palate cleanser, You've just been through this whirlwind of emotions, and then bam! This iconic guitar riff comes in and just blows you away. The beauty of this solo lies in its simplicity. It's not about a million notes per second, it's about melody, tone, and feel. May's use of bends and vibrato, combined with his signature guitar tone, creates this incredibly emotional and memorable solo. And let's not forget about his red special guitar. That thing is a beast, and it plays a huge role in the unique sound of this solo. May built that guitar himself, Talk about dedication to your craft. The tone is thick, rich, and instantly recognizable. It's interesting because this solo section acts as a bridge between the different sections of the song. It takes you from the operatic section to the hard rock section seamlessly, and it does it with such style and grace. It's no surprise that Bohemian Rhapsody has received countless awards and accolades. It's a timeless classic that continues to resonate with people of all ages. And a big part of that is due to May's incredible guitar work. This solo is a perfect example of how less can be more. May could have easily gone off on a shred fest, but he chose to keep it simple and melodic. And that's what makes it so effective. It gets stuck in your head, man. You hear it once, and you're humming it for days. And the way it builds to that final crescendo, it's just epic. The drums kick in, the vocals soar, and the guitar just takes off. It's a moment of pure musical ecstasy. Honestly, Bohemian Rhapsody wouldn't be the same without Brian May's iconic guitar solo. It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest ideas are the most powerful. All right, let's talk about Slash and November Rain. This solo, man, it's epic. It's 9 minutes of pure guitar bliss, and it perfectly captures the raw emotion and power of Guns N' Roses. Slash's playing on this track is just phenomenal. He's got this incredible ability to convey such feeling and soul through his guitar. One of the things that makes this solo so great is the way it builds. It starts off slow and mournful, with Slash's guitar weeping over the piano melody. And then, as the song progresses, the solo gradually builds in intensity, adding layer upon layer of guitar until it reaches this incredible climax. And let's talk about Slash's tone. It's thick, it's crunchy, and it's just dripping with sustain. You can hear every note ringing out, and it just gives me chills. He's a master of his craft, and his guitar playing on this track is nothing short of legendary. Slash is one of those rare guitarists who can say so much without saying a word. His playing is so expressive, so full of emotion, that you can't help but be moved by it. But you know what really takes this solo to the next level? Seeing it performed live. I've seen Guns N' Roses perform November Rain live a few times, and let me tell you, it's an experience. When Slash steps out onto that stage and lets loose on that guitar solo, the energy in the room is just electric. The crowd goes absolutely nuts, and you can feel the passion and the energy just pouring out of Slash. He's lost in the music, man. He's feeling it, and he's making you feel it too. And the way he interacts with the crowd, it's magic. He feeds off their energy and they feed off his. It's a beautiful thing to witness. You know, November Rain is more than just a song, it's an anthem. It's a testament to the power of rock and roll, and Slash's guitar solo is the heart and soul of it all. All right, guitar nerds, let's talk about Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits. This song, released in 1978, put Mark Knopfler and his unique fingerstyle guitar playing on the map. No pick, just pure finger magic. Knopfler's clean, almost jazzy tone cuts through the mix, instantly recognizable. He blends his picking with natural harmonics and slides, creating this incredibly fluid and lyrical solo. It's not about shredding or speed, it's about melody and feel. And the song itself, man, it's a masterclass in songwriting. The lyrics tell a story, painting a picture of a smoky jazz club and the musicians playing their hearts out. It's storytelling at its finest, and Knopfler's guitar is the driving force behind it all. Seriously, if you haven't heard this solo, stop what you're doing and go listen. You won't regret it. Now, Sultans of Swing wasn't just a hit. It sparked a whole new wave of guitarists inspired by Knopfler's style. This dude proved you didn't need distortion and a wall of amps to craft an unforgettable solo. His use of open strings and double stops, combined with his signature vibrato, created a sound that was both intricate and accessible. It's no wonder countless guitarists cite him as a major influence. And let's not forget the cultural impact. This song was everywhere, man. Radio, MTV, you name it. It brought this sophisticated, blues-infused guitar playing to the mainstream, proving that you didn't need to be a shredder to captivate an audience. Sultans of Swing is a testament to the power of melody, feel, and a unique voice on the guitar. Knopfler's influence on guitar playing is undeniable, and this solo remains a timeless classic. All right, folks, buckle up because we're diving into Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. This song, released in 1987, became an instant anthem, and Slash's iconic solo is a huge reason why. We're talking about a perfect blend of bluesy swagger and raw power. Slash's signature Les Paul, cranked through a Marshall amp, delivers that unmistakable thick tone that just screams rock and roll. But it's not just about the tone. Slash's phrasing is masterful. He builds the solo gradually, starting with those iconic opening bends, then escalating into a flurry of pentatonic licks and wah-infused screams. The way he uses space is brilliant, letting notes breathe and resonate before unleashing another blistering run. It's a masterclass in dynamics, taking the listener on a roller coaster of emotion. Now, Sweet Child of Mine wasn't just a hit, it became a cultural phenomenon. The music video was in constant rotation on MTV, and the song dominated the airwaves. And Slash? He became a guitar god practically overnight. His blend of bluesy licks, fiery shredding, and undeniable stage presence made him an icon. This solo in particular has inspired countless guitarists. It's one of the most recognizable and widely learned solos of all time, and for good reason. It's got everything: melody, emotion, and enough face-melting shred to satisfy any guitar nerd. Sweet Child of Mine cemented Slash's place in rock history, and his solo continues to inspire generations of guitarists. So there you have it, folks. 10 of the greatest guitar solos of all time, each one a masterpiece in its own right. From the technical wizardry of Eddie Van Halen to the soulful bends of Slash, these solos have left an undeniable mark on music history. But hey, this is just my take. Music is subjective, and what makes a great solo is different for everyone. That's the beauty of it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel Music Lounge for more music content. Let us know in the comments which guitar solo is your favorite and why. Until next time, keep discovering the stories behind the sound.